Yay, how fabulous. You're here again joining us at Rock Painting Workshops. Colour wheel time, everyone. Grab it out. So I'm having a look at a yellow-green sort of a colour and using a triad system. I'm going off and I've got an orange and a bit of a violet blue. So I'm just going to change the green, come down triad again, off to the orange, out to the sort of purple blues again. And this is how I'm going to choose my colours today, using the triad system on the colour wheel. I've got the blue, I've got the orange and the green that we decided upon. And let's give that a go and let's paint our dinosaur in with that. So I'm going to first choose the green for the background on the dinosaur. And I'm just going to colour the whole background in today. Usually I do little smush sort of techniques around, but I'm just going to colour the whole thing in quite solid. I really love this apple green from Posca, the colour that it gives, a bit of a yellowy green. Yeah, so if you don't know much about the colour wheels, I do get into the rock painting course that I host. I do explain a lot more about colour and how to choose it in that course. So that information is in the bio. You can pop down there, have a look and learn a little bit more about colour wheels and how we choose colours and how to put them together if that's something that you're struggling with. So here I'm just painting in the background, just nice thin layer. I'll let it dry and see if I want a second layer of colour on top of that. See how we go. So, okay. And again, following in the week, what have we had? We've had crazy bird, we've had crazy cat, now we've got crazy dinosaur. And I'm just going to quickly scribble around the areas that I'm going to colour blue because I think there's nothing more boring than watching me colour in. You might enjoy it, I don't know, but I will just quickly show you the colour schemes and you know that I'm going to paint a nice thin layer that's not very dark, quite watery. That pen actually needs to be on the way out. So this is the same colour. See the difference between the first one that's just about out of colour and this one which is a lot more opaque. So these are the areas I'm going to colour. No, not there, don't do that bit. Ugh, trust me. Anyway, doesn't matter. Nostrils can go orange. Have a look at that and you want to just keep going until you have this, which is 2 coats of colour. And I've got my water, got my paintbrush, and I'm going to do some smushing to get some shading happening. Bert's going to help me by propping up my rock. And I'm going dark green around the edges just to add that shadow that the body will throw. I'll just give a little bit of depth around the outside. Okay, so yeah, the colours, it's just two even thin coats of colouring in. You can see from any of my videos how I do the same thing every day. That's why I tend to speed it up and do it off camera. I do talk a lot, but I just don't know what to talk about while I'm colouring in 2 coats of colour. It can get a little bit boring. So I tend to do that off colour, but heaps of tutorials on here show you how I do it. And I just keep going around those edges in the darker section of green. The darker will always be closer to the body or to the image because it's throwing the shadow. And that just helps pop him off the rock just a little bit more so it's not so flat looking. And then we'll create some shadow with the darker blue. I'm following my same method. I wet my paintbrush and I touch it on top of my pen, which sometimes is off camera, sorry. But I touch it on top of my pen, pick up some colour and then I smush it onto the rock. When you see my paintbrush going up the top, I'm just wiping it on my microfiber cloth. I've either got too much water or too much paint, so I just dab it up the top and get rid of any excess that I don't want. Little eye area, that will throw some shadow down on his nose, there. So have a look quite closely. It's not neat, it's not precise, but yeah, it's just smushed around. And here, a lot of times on orange, I like to blend in the brown. This is the Cacao Brown by Posca, the newer one. Just knocking around a bit more shading at the top areas. So yeah, I don't try and be precise, I just add colour. I just find it's going to give some depth. Here I am just highlighting bits in with a bit of the orange glitter as well. You can't have too much orange. That's just the way life goes. Okay. You can also see previously that when I did the 2 coats of colour, I also did quite a outline around his eyes and his teeth. And now I'm just coming back into that and I'm cutting into it. So see how I'm going over the top of the black line and I'm cutting in and thinning out that black line. So now it looks outlined. A lot of people do the white first and then try and outline it with the pen, and it's quite thick. So this is a really good technique to grab onto, and that's doing it the opposite way and doing that black outline first. Grab the white like this. Fill those teeth in, and you'll see I'm not a very straight drawer. That's okay, because that's me, that's my personality. Alright, let's do this. Let's get some outlines happening and just start pulling the whole thing together. So you get to that point where it just looks like a hot mess of just colours smushing and all sorts of things happening, and you're sort of wondering, what even is it? But yeah, you start doing the outlines, it just starts pulling it all together. It's really such a simple rock to do. Probably get this out in about 15 minutes or so. And let's just go down these outlines. I'm going to remember what's going. I'll come around that way, the arm can be behind the body. You can already see he's just really starting to come together now. That tummy. Okay, come down and around. See, I'm just always leaning on Bert. So Bert can hold up the angle, so I can get the angle that my pens like to work at. I like to rest my hand on him. So my little pinky area on the hand just helps to raise my hand above the pen hand, above the rock that I'm working on, and it's so much easier to work that way. So yeah, grab yourself a Bert pet rock, and so many different things you can do when you have a pet rock at your desk. Okay, just use dots and dashes, fill in that, giving that sort of textury look to his tummy. I might come back and do a few more glittery highlights there. Just get that black. Now remember, it's Crazy Animal Week, so pop those eyes in, but just do them all over the place, different directions. And yeah, let's add some glittery. Can't have too much orange glitter on your dinosaur. Everyone knows that. Just add them in. Great highlights. Oh yeah, and see those the 3 colours just work really nicely using the triad system on the colour wheel. So yeah, I like that. Trust me, just chat away to myself, tell myself what I like and don't like. You might not like it, but all you're doing is just pick your main colour. That's all you have to do. You just have to go, okay, just choose one colour and go to your colour wheel, and depending on what system you use, it will tell you what other colours to choose to put with it. So yeah, don't forget, jump down into the information that I leave underneath the video, and that will tell you about the rock painting course, where we have colour is all included in that course, and it's got the ebook on all the different ways to use colour and how to choose it. I think we've got about 6 or 7 different ways on how to choose colours, and got some videos on it. So it's, yeah, really good information there. And there we go. We just got some white highlights on him and he's done. Nice, bright, fun rock to leave out for the kids. Put some little shine in his eyes, and come along and show me your dinosaurs. I can't wait to see what triad system of colours that you chose. And I'll see you over on Facebook, Reef Rocks Free Workshops. See you there.